I'm Matt Willis, Public Health Officer from Marin County with a status update for December 15th. Injury prevention is a public health function. Today I'm going to focus on electric bikes, or e-bikes, and describe some of the recent trends and injuries and steps we can all take. I'll start with the health benefits of bikes. Marin has a long and healthy connection to cycling. We're the birthplace of mountain biking, and the National Safe Routes to Schools program began here. As a cyclist, Marin's bike-friendly culture was a real draw in our decision to move here as a family. Marin has some of the highest rates of regular exercise in the nation and some of the longest life expectancy, and those things are connected. So from a public health standpoint, more people on bikes is better for individual, community, and planet health. So when we talk about e-bike safety, it's in that frame. How do we, as a bike-friendly community, adapt to protect health as bikes themselves evolve? The increasing popularity of e-bikes has led to more bike-related crashes and injuries. Here's some local data. A primary source of data is ambulance responses, that is, county-wide emergency medical services responses to 911 calls for bike crashes. For anyone interested in following this data, we've established a dashboard that you can find on our website, which is updated weekly on Mondays. You'll see basic demographic information about crashes, as well as the locations of accidents and types of bikes involved. Since 2019, there's been a 25% increase in the number of 911 responses for bike crashes countywide. If we look closer at the data, we see a more concerning trend, however. For school-aged kids, aged 12 to 17 years old, the rate of bike crashes increased by 174% during that same 4-year interval. To understand this trend better, in early October, our ambulance crew started reporting whether bikes involved in crashes were e-bikes or regular bikes. And here's what we found so far. For adults, about 1 in 8 bike accidents are e-bike related. But in that school age group, 3 out of every 4 bike accidents involved an e-bike. So e-bike safety for young people is an emerging public health concern and is a clear focus. The good news is there's plenty we can do, and a wide range of organizations and partners are coming together to tackle this issue. There are 3 measures to take immediately to reduce risk. The first is helmet use. Broken arms heal, but damage to a developing brain may not and can be devastating. We've seen too many preventable brain injuries. The second is passengers. We've seen injuries in young people riding as passengers on e-bikes, sometimes without helmets, even when the bike is out in traffic. Think twice about taking a ride on someone else's e-bike, and if you do, wear a helmet and only sit in the spot designated for a passenger. And also, importantly, control your speed. Here it's important to know something about e-bikes. Not all are the same. There's some technical knowledge we need to know. In fact, there are 3 classes of e-bike. Class 1 e-bikes are what I think of as a real e-bike, basically bicycles with some additional power. You have to pedal them, and they look like bikes. The assist stops at about 20 miles an hour. Class 2 e-bikes look to some people like little mopeds. They have a throttle and don't need to be pedaled. The assist is also supposed to stop out at about 20 miles an hour, but some have easy tweaks to get around that, which explains why you sometimes see people cruising along at the same speed as cars on a Class 2 e-bike. Class 3 e-bikes are not allowed for anyone age 16 or younger and offer assist up to 28 miles per hour. Some people think Class 2 and Class 3 e-bikes shouldn't be called bikes at all, but rather e-mopeds or e-motorcycles. We recommend, for parents considering an e-bike for kids this holiday season, go with a Class 1. They're generally lighter, more intuitive to ride, and plenty powerful and fun. Marin County Bicycle Coalition has a great buyer's guide that can help you navigate your choices. Another pattern we're hearing from our emergency room doctors and trauma surgeons who help sound the alarm on this issue is that e-bike injuries are less like the usual bumps and bruises of a bike crash, but can be more like motorcycle injuries, with more internal damage and more severe fractures related to the increased speeds. For bike safety, like our pandemic response, this issue highlights the need for a layered approach where everyone has a role. We're fortunate in Marin to have a range of agencies and partners dedicated to bicycle use and safety. Our community will be safer when we, as drivers, keep our heads up and give cyclists the room they need. As riders, we wear helmets and follow the rules of the road. And as policymakers, we continue to support bike-friendly infrastructure, like bike paths, and protect consumers with sensible regulations. Together, we can continue to be a model of a healthy and safe community for riders of all ages. Thank you for doing your part.